Many thanks for joining me for the next 20 odd minutes as we dissect headline grabbing events within and beyond Namibia. Good evening to our viewers around the globe. I'm Michael Madiba. In tonight's bulletin, Prime Minister Sarah Madila has underscored the importance of continued coordinated efforts between governments and central banks to strengthen support for the economy, in turn accelerating growth and employment creation. The Prime Minister made the remarks at the opening of the 57th meeting of the SADC Committee of Central Bank Governors in Swakopmund earlier today. Let's listen to more of what the Prime Minister conveyed.
It is pleasing to see inflation rates in most of the region as elsewhere in the world coming down. However, optimism should certainly be exercised with caution as the battle is not yet won. And in some of our member countries, inflationary pressures are still intensifying. Furthermore, it is important that there is coordinated efforts between governments and central banks to strengthen support to the economy in order to accelerate economic growth and employment creation. GDP growth in the region continues to diverge, but output generally remains below potential, with unemployment at higher rates. Whether these below potential activity levels stem from structural or cyclical factors, it is here now, and we must collectively craft ways to deal with it. I am very much alive to the fact that the region has endured successive series of natural disasters, droughts and floods due to climate variability. Here in Namibia, the effect of the El Nino phenomenon has caused severe food insecurity, which require public resources to address. Our government will therefore be seized with drought relief program for the next 9 months up to the end of June 2024.
Moving on to our next story. Deputy Minister of Industrialization and Trade, Werner Sinimbo, noted trade fairs can help businesses gain global recognition and access to invaluable information about services and products, which in turn can enhance their productivity and expand their reach. Sinimbo was speaking during the official opening of the 15th edition of the Okakarara Annual Trade Fair on Thursday. Our correspondent Shelva Wills is on the ground in Okakarara and filed this report.
It is from events such as trade fairs that businesses can be identified to access international markets, as well as information to services and products that will enhance productivity and upscaling. This event offers a platform for various commercial prospects by displaying technological advancement in several economic sectors. Hence, the theme of this year, Trade Fair, reflects the commitment and vision of Okakarara Trade Fair in fostering an environment that encourages the promotion, marketing, and collaboration of various sectors, with a view to build a brighter future for our community, the region, and our country at large. Over the years, Okakarara Trade Fair has experienced significant growth and has developed into a platform for networking, marketing, and the entrepreneurship display of various locally made goods, including providing an opportunity to local farmers to market their livestock.
Now, the city of Windhoek on Thursday held a joint signing ceremony for various memorandum of understanding between the Windhoek municipality and 16 local authorities from around the country. Minister of Urban and Rural Development Erastus Utoni noted the agreements underscore the importance of unity, cooperation and shared vision in achieving a common goal. Let's have a listen.
Director of our gathering here this morning, the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development hereby applaud the Windhoek Municipal Council leadership for the continuation of this well-intended initiative that implies being an example of progress and opportunity. It is therefore fitting as the Capital City Council to take the lead in fostering cooperation among local authorities, bringing them together to work hand in hand towards shared objectives. Therefore, as I alluded in my regional and local authorities induction statement, I wish to reiterate that you being the link between central government and regional, local government and traditional authorities, the responsibility entrusted upon you as political leaders is of enormous magnitude, as the people of Namibia depends on your decisions and performance.
The just concluded Africa Climate Summit 2023 in Nairobi, Kenya, saw African leaders demand sweeping changes to the global financial system and urge the international community to support a surge in renewable energy. Now, in his closing remarks at the Africa Climate Summit 2023, host President William Ruto noted the continent's shared understanding became clear and that Africa is not only the cradle of humanity, but it is indeed the future. More from this report.
At the summit, our shared understanding became clear that Africa is not only the cradle of humanity, it is indeed the future, and that we are the last frontier of untapped potential in the form of hundreds of millions of young men and women who are educated, skilled, motivated, innovative. At the summit, we also made it clear that we are aware of the unjust configuration of multilateral institutional frameworks that perpetually place African nations on the back foot through costly financing, which plunge our economies into debt trap and deny them resources needed to mitigate and adapt in response to climate change. We demand a fair playing ground for our countries to access the investment needed to unlock the potential and translate it into opportunities. We further demand a just multilateral development finance architecture to liberate our economies from odious debt and onerous barriers to necessary financial resources. We are therefore determined to have difficult conversations, take hard decisions, and make uncomfortable changes to set international consensus on an Afrocentric and globally inclusive path into an African future.
Stay tuned for the business segment. Welcome to the Primetime Biz segment, your dedicated source for the latest business updates. The segment kickstarts in the Otjozondjupa region, where Governor James Werikwa says the region has the economic capacity to contribute to the national economy, and its current state of growth provides a solid foundation for future socio-economic advancement. Now, Werikwa was speaking at the official opening of the 15th edition of the Okakarara Annual Trade Fair on Thursday. Let's have a listen.
Okakarara Trade Fair has created a great platform for local and international entrepreneurs to exhibit and promote their products and livestock, thus being recognized as the best trade fair in Otjozondjupa region and the second in the country. In order for us to unlock business growth opportunities in Okakarara, we should look at SME promotion, because the theme of this year is SME promotion, technological advancement, and livestock marketing. That's why Mitiri Ripunda indicated that there will be an auction afterwards. Globalization and trade liberalization have ushered in new opportunities as well as challenges for SMEs. Recently, only a small part of the SME sector is able to identify and exploit these opportunities. The majority of the SMEs in developing and transition countries like Namibia, however, has been less able to or unable to exploit the benefits of globalization, and to add to the situation of frequently, because they are frequently under pressure on the local and domestic markets because of cheaper imports and foreign competition. A major objective of work to promote the development of SME sector is therefore to change the balance between these two groups of SMEs and to equip SMEs with better tools to ensure that they are able to deal with the challenges of globalization and equally to benefit from these opportunities. SMEs, due to their size, are particularly constrained, and it is therefore my humble plea and request to you, all as young people of Okakarara and Otjozondjupa region in general, to maximize on the untapped potential of the region's natural resources, which are in abundance, and to come up with business initiatives which will create employment for themselves and for others, thereby improving our livelihoods as a region.
Petrofund Chief Executive Officer Nilian Mulemi says Namibia has a solid talent base that may be used as a bridge to more advanced training for the oil and gas industry. During an information session at Parliament on Thursday, Mulemi noted over 8,000 Namibians possess prerequisite training and can further be trained to work in the oil and gas industry. More from this report.
Petrofund Chief Executive Officer Nilian Mulemi said during an information session at Parliament in the capital on Thursday that over 8,000 Namibians have prerequisite training and can be further trained to work in the oil and gas industry. With the oil discoveries offshore Namibia, the oil and gas sector is poised to become a lucrative business industry in Namibia, but there has been concern about the local capacity in terms of skills and training. Mulemi noted that Petrofund had been developing the country's skill base before the commercial oil discoveries. The fund was established in 1993 in terms of Section 14 of the Exploration and Production Act to offer training in the fields of science and information technology through scholarships. The fund has since trained 368 Namibians who are now working in various sectors in the country. As a result, she said the fund has assisted 63 Namibians to acquire specialized training in the oil and gas sector. Reporting for Primetime News, Ishmael Mukvonda.
For Saturday's projected countrywide weather outlook, let's now turn our attention to the weather report. Sport Planet is your storyboard encompassing sport in action. Rugby leads the segment. Australian-born wing Monty Ioane on Thursday loaded Italy's best ever World Cup outfit ahead of their tournament opener against Namibia this weekend. Although they again finished bottom of the last Six Nations tournament, having lost all 5 matches, Italy have in the last 18 months recorded a first ever win over Australia and a first win away to Wales. Now, in February, they came close to turning over the then reigning Grand Slam holders France and the Six Nations. Meanwhile, the Velveetians head coach Alistair Coetzee picked an experienced lineup for the match in St. Etienne on Saturday. The South African-born gaffer selected 8 players who played against Italy at the last World Cup in Japan 4 years ago. Namibia and Italy line up in Pool A alongside tournament favourites France and New Zealand as well as Uruguay. On to some football. Namibia's internationally based players Petrus Chitembi, Ambrosius Petrus and Prince Chiweza will on Wednesday welcome to their camp in Johannesburg ahead of the clash against South Africa on Saturday. The Brave Warriors will take on their South African counterparts Bafana Bafana in an international friendly match at the Orlando Stadium in Johannesburg at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Colin Benjamin, the head coach of the senior men's team, told Sport Planet on Thursday that he's happy to see the trio joining the camp. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. This is where we dock for the week. Many thanks for having cruised with me during the course of the week. Do join us again next week Monday. Before we say goodbye, a kind reminder to support our boys as they battle Italy in their opening Rugby World Cup fixture tomorrow. From myself, Michael Madimba, and my dedicated production crew behind the scenes, have a restful weekend. Good night.